Yeah,
Uh,
it looks like Blade isn't the only thing that's struggling right now. The latest rumor is that Falcon Cap got a screening of the new film, which I still think is worded poorly and leads us to believe something very bad is happening. And there's some references to the Snake Society of Snakes, or whatnot. But let's just pull out the story so we can jump into it. It says rumor, and this is from That Park Place. John F. Trent writing away over there yesterday. It says test screening for Captain America: Brave New World goes poorly. Well, Tom, they only had 3 things to reshoot. How did this go
Yeah,
so poorly?
they must not have did a good job shooting Act 1, 2, and 3.
That's right. Well, a new rumor claims that a test screening, and by the way, it's now multiple people confirming this. Marvel Studios' upcoming Captain America: Brave New World did not go well. The rumor comes from ex user OIMATM. OIMATIM or something. Anyway, I've been able to get some insight into what the main issues were at Captain America: Brave New World test screenings. Apparently, audiences were unimpressed by the film's action scenes and the chemistry between Cap and his love interest. Yikes. And the tweet's right there. And then he says, however, the biggest issue, and we'll scroll down. Not only did Oh Hi Matt M share that audiences did not find the action scenes and chemistry between Falcon and his love interest impressive, but they found the movie's political intrigue uninspired and unengaging. In other words, you're still going to get politics in this film. The user shared, however, the biggest issue on how the audience responded to the film's political content. You might think this would mean audience found it divisive, but it was actually worse than that. They found it boring.
Not surprised.
I'm told the overall feel was that the political material was uninspired and unengaging. The audiences found it lacked nuance, was overly expository. That's never good. And really slowed the movie down. Well, of course, you have to sit around tables and talk about your feelings and how you feel about the politics. I'm also told that while the 3 sequences that will be removed were a big part of the problem. 3 sequences removed. The user continued, the film's issues go beyond that and likely include significant rewrites. We already know that throughout, as well as adding, removing characters. We already know that. I'm told that Marvel really wants to keep the summer window for reshoots in order to avoid another release delay, not just because it'd mean vacating what they feel is a good release date for the film, but because, as usual, delaying this film would result in the domino effect, whereby it would likely mean delaying others. Wow. I guess Wilson and Zosha Roquemore really didn't hit it off. So, yeah. So the rumor comes on the heel. Wow, my voice cracked. On a number of rumors from earlier the year claiming the film was scrapping the Serpent Society. See, the Society of Snakes, or whatever I said. So we got another society subject as well. And it was undergoing significant reshoots. We already knew this. Scooper Daniel RPK reported at the end of January that the film was undergoing reshoots. Who reported that first, Tom? Was it you guys, or was it Pro, or was it
probably Pro? I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So before beating RPK there, but anyway. So, and then of course, Overlord DVD shared that his sources informed him the film was being rewritten, which we'd heard before as well. They are more convinced that Cap 4 doesn't have a script. They say that what they are doing is shooting from a notebook that has notes on what they're supposed to do. Actually, that came from another source as well. So then Overlord DVD added, this came from the director himself and Anthony Mackie, who were in another heated discussion over the way the reshoots were being handled. It's clear just how long it will take to complete. It's not clear, unclear. There you go. How long it'll be to complete the rewrite. And it's very clear to our source that Anthony's biggest concern is the movie may get canceled. Well, for good reason. Yeah, they are going to be undergoing extensive, long-lasting reshoots, according to Can We Get Some Toast, the Serpent Society has been completely removed. Wow. And then another scooper had claimed that they are that those villains may not be there. Alex Perez from Cosmic Circus has disputed the claim from Can We Get Some Toast, saying that they're still going to be there, but they're basically being reduced to an opening sequence. This is such a hot mess. Oh my goodness. This movie, Tom, you and I have heard from some reputable people that this thing is just completely being reshot this summer. Have you heard anything else recently or
No, nothing new. Just what we have here now. I mean,
Jeez.
that's news to me. So yeah.
That's crazy. I never really wanted this movie to happen. I thought that the audience reaction to the show, Falcon and Winter Soldier, kind of spoke volumes about whether or not this was going to be worthy of a film. What do you guys think? Is this worth even finishing?
Gosh, I mean, unless they're under some contractual obligation to release this thing, I would scrap it.
It's a lot of money, right?
Right. But still, you could write it off on taxes if you can. Unless there's contractual obligations involved, which, yeah. I mean,
well, if Mackey's worried about it getting canceled, I mean, outside of like a financing thing, I don't know. Nick, what do you think, bud?
This is just like it's like the Blade thing all over again. They should have never made, Falcon the new Captain America. I hated that decision, and I don't know what these studios haven't learned by now. I mean, you could go all the way back to the Transformers movie where they killed Optimus Prime, and then the show went completely downhill, and then they had to bring Optimus Prime back. They kill off Cap, and now there's this imposter Captain America now. It's not gonna work. People aren't interested. It probably is boring, and it seems like the quality, like them talking about how the action scenes weren't very good, it was boring. It's like all the talent that made Marvel what it was, from the first Iron Man movie all the way up through Infinity War Endgame is like completely gone, and it's like they have like freaking people right out of film school doing all these projects now.
Right.
Like nothing quality wise seems to be very good at all, and it just seems to be the same crap over and over and over. And then of course we got the political injection here for all this, and I guess that didn't go well for the test audiences either. It's just a mess. Marvel is a complete mess, and that was one of the things that was going really good for Disney at the time was the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now it's just a shell of its former self. And I hate the decisions that they're doing now, but they'll reap the losses of their decision making, and who knows if it'll ever get back to where it was when it was at its height.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I think it saw its heyday, and I think they need to rest it. Tom and Andre have always made a good argument, and so has Nate, for that matter, Mr. H, for putting pause on some of these big things. They really do need to hit the pause button on some of these projects. First of all, the costuming is not great. I mean, you can start visually. It just doesn't. It isn't enough to snuff. I mean, Tom, do you have anything to add? Anything about this Captain America: Brave New World?
Well, no. I mean, I got to correct Nick slightly. They didn't technically kill off Cap yet. He's an old man now in our modern times, but that's what I've been saying for a while now. True. Is there's a TV series or a movie, or that's what Captain America 4 should be, is the story of him putting the damn stones back, right? Well, we have a whole adventure there that we have no idea. Like he had to go back and put all the stones back, and one specifically that would be very interesting to see would be when he comes face to face with the Red Skull again. When he goes to, and how does that pan out as far as like, they hinted at Black Widow making a possible comeback at some point. Well, maybe that's how she does, but we don't know, considering the actress, I think, has said now that she's pretty much done. But we'll see how things go here. I mean, but at this point, I feel like they lost their way. That would be the obvious thing to do with a Captain America 4. I'm like most people. Falcon was his own character already, and I think it's an insult to give him a hand-me-down white man, moniker on top of it all when he already was a well-known superhero. I mean, so
and again, I always go back
as far
to
as
this
the political shit. Are we surprised? So yeah.
Yeah, but in my youth, Tom, some of my favorite books were Captain America and the Falcon, right? Honestly,
Yeah.
and so it's like why couldn't we do this for a while? Why couldn't we have the real Cap and Falcon? Why? There's so many whys here, and I know they probably aren't getting Chris Evans back, and I mean, he did his very best of a DeMeo thing, but he didn't get.
You're still buying that excuse.
Anyway, gosh, I don't know. I don't see any reason to make the movie, but we need to shuffle on, everybody. We got to move along. We've got several stories to get through today.
Right.